Emmerdale is set to bring fresh tension for Dawn and Billy Fletcher as they prepare to escape the village. The couple have been secretly arranging their departure over the past few weeks, with Dawn's wedding to Joe Tate approaching, and they have already obtained fake passports. Their plan is to disappear while Joe is away on his stag do, while telling the children that they are simply heading off on holiday. However, a preview for Tuesday's episode, 18 August, reveals that their carefully arranged escape could run into trouble. Billy and Dawn are seen nervously discussing their plans inside Home Farm as they wait for Joe to head off for his stag celebration. Joe suddenly turns up, and Dawn tells him that she plans to take the children out that evening rather than meeting the girls for drinks. Joe feels bad and offers to call off his stag do so that he can spend the evening with Dawn instead. However, she quickly encourages him to go ahead with his plans. Graham then comes downstairs to collect Joe, leaving the question of whether either man overheard Dawn and Billy discussing their secret escape. Further spoilers suggest that Joe will push for a sten do, with Dawn joining him for a clay pigeon shooting session. During the event, she is expected to aim her gun directly at her future husband. A village source previously revealed that Dawn is desperate to find a simple way out. She becomes overwhelmed by anger because she still believes Joe was responsible for Billy's attack and thinks he should face consequences. Although Joe has repeatedly managed to escape trouble, Dawn now wants him to finally pay for what she believes he has done. However, Dawn is unaware of one crucial detail. Joe was not actually responsible for attacking Billy. The source also explained that Dawn is terrified by the idea of being stuck with Joe. She imagines spending the rest of her life married to him at Home Farm, and the thought leaves her deeply frightened. She continues to believe that Joe attacked Billy, and after giving him numerous chances, she sees this as the final betrayal she can no longer overlook. A happy future could be on the horizon for Jimmy and Nicola in Emmerdale, although fans may have reason to be suspicious. Jimmy and Nicola have been husband and wife since 2010, and despite facing countless ups and downs over the years, their relationship has managed to survive. Now, things appear to be going remarkably well between them. In scenes airing next week, Lewis Barton suggests that Nicola and Jimmy should consider renewing their wedding vows. The suggestion prompts Nicola to look back on their original wedding day and remember everything that happened around their special occasion. As fans may recall, their first wedding almost failed to happen. Nicola was appearing in court and faced the possibility of being sent to prison after biting Kathy Hope. Fortunately, Viv Hope's victim impact statement encouraged the judge to show Nicola some compassion. Once she received a probation sentence, Nicola and Jimmy quickly returned to the village and finally got married. When Nicola later raises the possibility of renewing their vows with Jimmy, she is thrilled when he agrees to the idea. So, could this finally mean a happy ever-after ending for Jimmy and Nicola? Well, perhaps fans should not get too comfortable. Jimmy is reportedly preparing to make a major decision regarding his business without telling Nicola. His secret choice could have serious consequences for their future together. Even more worrying is the fact that Jimmy's storyline is heading towards a tragic conclusion, as the much-loved character is set to be killed off. A source previously teased that Jimmy's final scenes will be spectacular, but his death is expected to leave viewers stunned. The dramatic storyline could also trigger major consequences that continue to unfold for months afterwards. So, how much time does Jimmy have left? And will he and Nicola actually manage to renew their wedding vows before his heartbreaking exit from the village? Sarah is struggling to cope with the secrets surrounding Dr. Todd's death in Emmerdale, while Charity remains determined to stand by her confession. Several weeks ago, viewers were shown a chilling preview of Dr. Caitlin Todd lying lifeless in a pool of blood. Since then, the biggest mystery has been who would finally take action against the dangerous doctor. Many theories emerged. Could Charity Dingle seek revenge after Todd's attack on her? Might Mac Boyd decide to protect his wife by taking matters into his own hands? Or could Vanessa Woodfield finally punish Todd on Charity's behalf? Surprisingly, none of them were responsible. The person behind Todd's death was Sarah Sugden. The shocking turn of events came after Todd confronted Charity at her home. Todd had returned to the village after enjoying a drunken lunch with Manpreet Sharma and driving her back home. After leaving the intoxicated doctor at her house, Todd was confronted by Vanessa. Vanessa attempted to get under the vet's skin in typical Todd fashion, but she refused to back down and openly branded her a rapist. She then made her way towards Jacob's fold, expecting to find a frightened and vulnerable Charity. Instead, Vanessa encountered a much stronger Charity, who was prepared to confront the woman who had harmed her. Their long-awaited confrontation became intense, as Charity managed to unsettle Todd. Charity demanded that the doctor admit what she had done, but Todd refused to confess. Their heated exchange was overheard, and shortly afterwards, Todd was found dead. Although Sarah did not deliberately kill Todd, she was ultimately responsible for what happened. The horrifying situation leaves Serena Sugden and Charity with no choice but to act quickly. Serena immediately suggests that the incident could be presented as self-defense, while Charity claims that she was responsible in an attempt to shield Sarah. Both women are determined to protect Sarah from the consequences. However, DS Ramsden is far from convinced by their story. Charity and Serena later meet privately to discuss how they can deal with the situation. But their conversation is suddenly interrupted when DS Ramsden arrives, looking for answers. Meanwhile, Jacob Sugden has begun to notice that Sarah's behavior is unusual. He suspects that she is hiding something, although he promises not to push her for answers. Jacob's decision only makes Sarah more uneasy. Feeling guilty and overwhelmed, she starts believing that she should finally tell him the truth. Charity, however, refuses to allow Sarah to reveal the secret. She makes a major decision to continue taking responsibility for Todd's death and prepare to face whatever punishment comes her way. Could Serena draw on her previous police experience to find a way to protect Charity? Or will DS Ramsden eventually uncover what really happened to Dr. Todd? Emmerdale's Elliot Windsor has officially made his comeback after being away from the soap for a considerable period. The character had not appeared on screen for around 2 years, although viewers heard about him recently when his stepmother, Nicola King, mentioned that he was waiting for his important exam results. Nicola explained that Elliot had been busy concentrating on his studies, which helped explain his lengthy absence from the village. She later revealed that he had successfully passed his A-levels and was preparing to begin university. "He did it! Elliot got his grades, so he's off to St. Andrews," Nicola proudly announced. She then joked that he would finally be able to leave behind the people he had spent years calling his friends. In the follow-up episode airing on 14th August, which is already available to stream ahead of its ITV broadcast, Elliot finally appears on screen again. Nicola invites him to the cafe for a full English breakfast to celebrate his results, although Elliot is clearly feeling the effects of a big night out celebrating his success. Nicola jokes that he will need a strong stomach if he intends to keep up with university life at St. Andrews. Elliot happily responds that he plans to do exactly that every night. Nicola also reminds him that Prince William and Kate Middleton famously met while studying at St. Andrews. Elliot's return was previously confirmed by actor Luca Hoyle last month through a statement shared by the Pendleton School of Theatre, where he is studying musical theatre. The actor revealed that he was thrilled to return to the studio during the summer to film a new storyline as Elliot Windsor in Emmerdale. He also reflected on how fortunate he felt to have played the role since 2016 and described it as a privilege to remain part of the long-running soap. Now that Elliot is back in the village and preparing for university, fans will be eager to discover what the next chapter has in store for him. Emmerdale is broadcast on ITV1 at 8 p.m. on weeknights, with episodes also available to stream on ITVX.